The heartfelt tribute to Chewie. On January 17, during a segment of the show, Kelly couldn't hold back her tears as she reflected on her longtime friend and family member Chewie. Earlier in the week, she had expressed her concerns about whether she had been a good enough owner to her beloved pet. This introspection led her to question everything about her relationship with Chewie, who has been a significant part of her life. The impact of National Dress Up Your Pet Day. The emotional conversation was sparked by a light-hearted segment on National Dress Up Your Pet Day, which took place on January 14. Mark humorously recounted how their dog, Lena, despises wearing clothes, standing completely still and glaring at them when dressed up. However, the mood shifted dramatically when Michael Gelman, the show's executive producer, brought up the topic of caring for senior pets. Knowing that Kelly was facing a difficult decision regarding Chewie's declining health, facing the reality of letting go. As the discussion about senior pet care unfolded, it became clear that Kelly was struggling to cope with the reality of Chewie's condition. Mark, noticing her distress, gently asked, "Are you okay?" Kelly's response was heartfelt. "She's the best dog. She was my fourth kid." The weight of watching Chewie's vitality fade was evident as she expressed her desire for Chewie to communicate her needs. The emotional turmoil of deciding when to let go of a beloved pet is a painful experience that many pet owners can relate to. A family member in need. Chewie has been a constant presence in Kelly's life, accompanying her through the ups and downs of raising her 3 children, Michael 27, Lola 23, and Joaquin 21. For many years, Chewie was the baby of the family until Lena joined the household 4 years ago. As Kelly fought back tears, she apologized to her audience for her emotional breakdown, acknowledging the difficulty of the moment. Support from friends and fans. Following the emotional episode, Kelly received an outpouring of support from friends and fans alike. Many reached out with advice and shared their own experiences with aging pets. On Instagram, she received suggestions, including looking into services like Lap of Love, which offers hospice and in-home care options for pets. The mixed opinions on whether it was time to let Chewie go weighed heavily on her, as many felt the moment was approaching. The heart-wrenching decision. Making the decision to say goodbye to a beloved pet is one of the hardest choices a pet owner can face. As one viewer poignantly noted, "If she's in pain, it's the only thing to do." The reality of Chewie's health and the potential suffering she may be experiencing is a heavy burden for Kelly to bear. The emotional connection between a pet and their owner is profound, and the thought of losing that bond is heart-wrenching. A community of support. As Kelly navigates this challenging time, she invites her audience to share their own experiences and advice. Many viewers have likely faced similar situations, and the shared understanding of the pain involved in losing a pet can provide comfort. The emotional weight of discussing Chewie's health on Live with Kelly and Mark serves as a reminder of the deep love and connection that exists between pets and their owners. Conclusion. In moments like these, Kelly Ripa exemplifies the strength it takes to be vulnerable in front of an audience. Her willingness to share her struggles not only humanizes her, but also fosters a sense of community among viewers who may be experiencing similar heartaches. As she continues to navigate the emotional landscape of saying goodbye to Chewie, the support from her friends, family, and fans will undoubtedly play a crucial role in helping her through this difficult journey. Have you experienced the loss of a beloved pet? What advice would you offer Kelly Ripa during this emotional time? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Kelly Ripa has hit on several emotional topics this week, especially with many friends struggling after losing everything in the California fires. But she cries on air as she expresses sadness over a loyal friend saying, "She was my 4th kid." Kelly Ripa is questioning everything. Live with Kelly and Mark host, Kelly Ripa tries to keep the show upbeat most of the time. However, at points she gets vulnerable, and shares different things happening in her personal life. Undoubtedly, since her co-host is her husband, Mark Consuelos, they connect about their real life, even when on air. But recently, she was overcome with emotion when she revisited a difficult decision looming in their lives. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos live with Kelly and Mark. On Friday, January 17, Kelly couldn't help but cry when she spoke about her longtime friend and family member Chewy, who she talked about earlier in the week. She is wondering if she has been nice enough to her during her life. However, she is questioning everything. Kelly Ripa emotional. Cries on air, she was my fourth kid. On National Dress Up Your Pet Day, January 14, Mark Consuelos brought up how their dog Lena hates dressing up. So much so, that she will stand completely still when they put clothes on her. Additionally, he reenacted how she glares at them. Michael Gelman only shared it was the Nation Day when Kelly Ripa had broken down in tears about her poor elderly dog Chewy. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos' dogs, Lena and Chewy, live with Kelly and Mark. However, the difficult topic resurfaced when Gelman arranged for Kelly and Mark to talk about how to care for your senior pet. Kelly appreciated his gesture, knowing it was specifically to help them through the tough decision of letting Chewy go. As Chewy edges toward the entrance to the Rainbow Bridge, Kelly is devastated. Mark noticed as the topic of pets came up that Kelly wasn't alright. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, live with Kelly and Mark. He asks, "Are you okay?" Kelly was struggling to continue and expressed, "She's the best dog. She was my fourth kid." As she wrestles with watching Chewy become less and less active, she requested fans send their feedback about her sweet dog. In many ways, she just wishes Chewy would tell her what she wants. When dogs get to certain stages, it is torture for their humans to release them. Sadly, she doesn't want her to suffer, but she can't imagine a world without her. She was right alongside her while she was raising Michael, 27, Lola, 23, and Joaquin Consuelos, 21. And Chewy was the baby for a very long time before Lena, 4, joined the family. She collects herself and adds, "I am so sorry. I apologize for my small breakdown. I apologize." During the Friday live episode, Kelly Ripa discussed she had friends and many people reaching out to give her advice after the Tuesday show. Likewise, on Instagram, Kelly Ripa got some of the communication she had requested after mentioning her poor doggy was declining. One fan suggested she look into Lap of Love for help with hospice and in-home options like her situation. Much like Kelly's friends, she is getting a mix of opinions on whether it is time to let Chewy go. However, many people thought the time was nearing. Making that decision is the hardest thing to do, but if she's in pain, it's the only thing to do. The vet can tell you if her organs are shutting down, and if they are, she's suffering. I feel your pain. Do you have any advice for Kelly Ripa as she travels through this emotional time? Have you lost an aging animal? Can you blame Kelly for taking a moment to feel the hard emotions of telling the Live with Kelly and Mark audience the details about Chewy? Drop your comments below. Kelly Ripa's emotional journey on Live with Kelly and Mark. This week, Kelly Ripa, the beloved host of Live with Kelly and Mark, has opened up about several deeply emotional topics, particularly in light of the devastating California fires that have left many of her friends grappling with loss. In a poignant moment on air, she broke down in tears while discussing her cherished dog, Chewy, whom she affectionately referred to as my fourth kid. A moment of vulnerability. While Kelly Ripa typically maintains an upbeat atmosphere on her show, she has never shied away from sharing her personal struggles. The unique dynamic she shares with her husband and co-host, Mark Consuelos, allows for genuine conversations that often touch on their real-life experiences. Recently, however, Kelly found herself overwhelmed with emotion as she confronted a heart-wrenching decision regarding Chewy's health.